All right, so we are about a couple days away from Mike.
Just 1 week before the highly anticipated legend versus influencer showdown, Mike Tyson drops a bombshell. He's pulling out of the fight with Jake Paul. Fans were eager to see Tyson's legendary power clash with Paul's whatever you want to call it. Now the fight is off, leaving everyone wondering if Tyson had a change of heart or if his body just couldn't handle it. After the July ulcer scare, we thought it was behind him, but here we are again with no fight.
Now to the segment you've all been waiting for, but on November 15th at AT&T Stadium, Mike Tyson will enter the ring to battle Jake Paul.
After all the drama and delays, the highly anticipated legend versus influencer showdown is back on, rescheduled for November 15, 2024 at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Fans are eager to see whether Mike Tyson will show up with his old school thunder or if Jake Paul will finally get his chance to shine. But the question still lingers. Will Tyson's legendary power be enough, or will Paul prove himself in the ring? Tyson's last-minute withdrawal had fans questioning everything from his health to his commitment to the sport. The 57-year-old boxer has faced criticism for canceling fights due to health issues, like the ulcer that forced him out of a planned fight in July. With all eyes on him, Tyson's intentions for the showdown remain uncertain, leaving everyone wondering if the fight will actually happen this time.
When he finished boxing 20 years ago, he was shot. Agreed? Like, you don't, I mean, I know you don't upset anyone, but everyone agrees with that. So you think that 20 years on, it's okay for him to go back into a ring?
It's understandable that health issues can arise unexpectedly, and Mike Tyson's camp insists everything is fine, that he's physically fit and back to training. But when you dig deeper, something seems off. Normally, when a fighter like Tyson prepares for a high-profile match, you'd expect to see a whole army of trainers, nutritionists, and specialists working together to get into peak condition. But that didn't happen here. If Tyson is telling the truth, maybe ulcer is still causing lingering issues, and that's why he can't make the fight. But when you step back and look at the bigger picture, it starts to seem like Tyson might have been searching for an excuse to back out. Let's face it, facing Jake Paul, a young, hungry fighter in his prime, might have been more daunting than Tyson originally anticipated. Paul is the easiest opponent to dismiss, and the fact that Tyson's camp hasn't provided clear evidence he's been putting in the work only raises more doubts. Fans are understandably skeptical, and they're right to be. This isn't just a minor setback, it's a massive letdown. Fans have been hyped for the showdown, expecting a true clash between two generations. Tyson, the aging legend against Jake Paul, the internet sensation looking to make a name for himself in the ring. Now the entire fight has been called off. Talk about a buzzkill. And speaking of Jake Paul, this fight was supposed to be his moment. He's made his entire career off viral internet videos, drama, and fighting opponents who aren't exactly known for being the toughest boxers. But this was supposed to be different. This was the fight where Paul could prove he wasn't just an internet clown trying to make a name for himself in boxing. It was his chance to face a real legend, to finally cement himself as more than just a YouTube star. So when Tyson pulls out, you could only imagine the kind of gut punch it is to Paul's psyche. After all the build-up, this was supposed to be the shot. Jake Paul's initial reaction to Tyson's withdrawal was one of numbness. Who wouldn't feel that way? After months of intense training and preparation, all geared toward one major fight, the rug was suddenly pulled out from under him. It was a psychological blow. The entire point of this fight was to elevate his career, to prove that he's more than just a YouTuber who got lucky. Without Tyson, what's left? Sure, Tyson's camp claims it's a health issue, but let's be real. This is starting to look like a fighter who's realizing he's not ready for the challenge. Paul was set for a career-defining moment, and now it's been taken away.
1, that's tight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5.
Maybe Tyson just isn't physically prepared to face someone like Jake Paul, who's younger, fitter, and more accustomed to the grind of consistent boxing training. Tyson's been out of the game for years, and let's face it, age doesn't care about your legacy. It's a tough reality, but at 58, Tyson may have come to terms with the fact that he simply isn't in the shape he used to be.
The highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has a new date. They'll face off in AT&T Stadium on November 15th. That fight was originally scheduled for July, but Tyson recently suffered a flare-up of an ulcer that impacted his training schedule.
Oh, what a roller coaster this has been. The Tyson-Paul fight was supposed to go down in July, but Tyson pulled out, leaving fans stunned and the whole event canceled. Just when it seemed like it was over, Mike Tyson pulls off the ultimate plot twist. He's back. The fight is now rescheduled for November 15th, 2024 at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. But guess what? The drama is far from over. Same episode, same content. 2 months ago, everyone thought Tyson might show up with a cane and a walker. But now, he's stepping into the ring with a swagger. He's rolling in with that legendary Tyson punch that can turn a single blow into a viral meme. We're all wondering, is he really bringing the heat this time? If there's one thing we've learned from this saga, it's that Mike Tyson is a walking plot twist. He's been training, or so we're told. And while he's a few years older, he still packs a punch strong enough to knock out a building. Remember the ulcer mishap back in July? We all thought that would be the end of it, but now, here we are again, with Tyson back in the picture. Jake Paul's scrambling, fans are furious, and the boxing world's calendar has a hole where this fight was supposed to be. Talk about an emotional roller coaster. Everyone's waiting to see if Tyson will really show up this time, or if he'll drop another bombshell.
You're a legend, but let's get right to the chase. Is this fight happening or not?
It's happening. We're all here.
But will Tyson actually show up this time? Is he ready to go toe-to-toe with Jake Paul, the internet sensation turned serious boxer? After all the drama, we still don't know what's going to happen. The answer? Only time will tell. This saga is far from over. Then there's Jake Paul, probably refreshing his inbox like it's Christmas morning, praying Tyson doesn't pull out again. The guy's had enough drama with this fight to fill an entire season of reality TV. But we get it, he's been waiting for his moment to prove himself against a real boxer. And now, his shot is finally here. This is his time to shut everyone up, well, at least try to. After everything that's gone down, the fight of the year just got even messier and probably more entertaining too. Will Tyson show up with his legendary, I'm back, baby, energy? Will Jake Paul finally do his thing? Or is this just another chapter in the circus? Mark your calendars. The drama continues.
There's nothing to say. You're complete.
Exactly, just enough. Beautiful roll, Mike. Excellent roll. Excellent defense, champ. This is the perfect head position. This we talk about it. 40 seconds.
You are winning the fight, so there's no reason for you to rush. We are winning the fight. All good for us.
Interesting tidbit there. Now, again, obviously, they're sparring like Mike is fighting. The fight is 8 rounds. If you guys don't remember, here it is. Scheduled for 8 rounds, 2 minutes and 14 ounce gloves.
The Tyson-Paul fight is just the latest in a string of high-profile celebrity boxing matches that have taken over the combat sports world in recent years. But with Tyson pulling out, it's hard not to question how sustainable this trend really is. Aging legends like Tyson stepping into the ring with influencers and YouTubers is starting to feel more like a circus than legitimate sport. Sure, there's entertainment value, but at what cost? If we're being honest, it feels more like a money grab than a true boxing contest. Tyson wasn't exactly in his prime when the fight was announced, and now that he's pulled out, it's clear the event was more about capitalizing on nostalgia and hype than showcasing actual boxing skills. The rise of celebrity boxing is raising serious concerns about the sport's authenticity and long-term appeal.
Do you want to talk about something you've said about Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and you said, listen, I'm not going to watch that last fight, I'm going to walk out. Why?
Because I think it's just disrespectful to the sport. I don't want to see it. I don't want to watch.
Let's talk about the fans for a second. They're livid, and rightfully so. The hype surrounding Tyson versus Jake Paul was enormous. This wasn't just another fight, it was billed as a clash of generations. Tyson, the seasoned legend, was supposed to prove himself again, while Paul, the young up-and-comer, looked to make his mark. Fans were ready to spend big, buying tickets, pay-per-view, and eagerly anticipating the showdown. Now they're left high and dry. What could have been a historic fight is now canceled, leaving fans feeling betrayed. Imagine shelling out thousands for ringside seats, thinking you're about to witness the fight of the century, only to have it all pulled away. Fans have every right to be furious as this cancellation shatters the excitement and anticipation that was built up.
The highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has a new date. They'll face off in AT&T Stadium on November 15th. That fight was originally scheduled for July, but Tyson recently suffered a flare-up of an ulcer that impacted his training schedule.
Here we are just 1 week out, and the Tyson-Paul fight is finally set to happen after all the chaos, delays, and drama. But let's be real. Does anyone really know what's going to happen? Tyson pulling out in July raised serious doubts and left many wondering if this fight would ever actually come to fruition. And then there's Jake Paul. Is this his chance to finally silence the haters and prove he's more than just an internet personality with boxing gloves? Or will he step into the ring and realize he's bitten off more than he can chew? This fight isn't just about two men trading punches, it's about legacies, egos, and proving that the spotlight doesn't fade when the crowd stops cheering. The big question is, who will walk out victorious? Will it be Tyson's grand return or Jake Paul's moment to shine and rewrite the narrative once and for all?